fire I couldn't tame. Every road I ever walked had your shadow and my shame. I heard your name in the midnight choir. Every prayer felt like a lie. I sold my soul for a moment of warmth. Now I'm scared of the light. Oh, Delilah, I bled for your love. I broke every vow I made. If the devil comes to collect my sins, tell him I'm still trying to change. Oh, Delilah, if mercy's real, let it fall on me tonight. I've been crawling through the dark so long just to see the other side. Straight from the bottle, try to drown what I'd become. Every mirror showed a stranger with your eyes and a loaded gun. I carved your name into my bones like a curse I couldn't outrun. But every scar started whispering that my time ain't done. Oh, Delilah, I bled for your love. I broke every vow I made. If the devil comes to collect my sins, tell him I'm still trying to change. Oh, Delilah, if mercy's real, let it fall on me tonight. I've been crawling through the dark so long just to see the other side. Forgiveness has a doorway. I'm barefoot in the snow. Every step is held behind me, but I won't turn back, I won't let go. Oh, Delilah, I'm on my knees with a heart I barely own. If redemption's just a wounded man trying to make it home. Oh, Delilah, hear my last prayer before the morning light. I'll carry my cross through the fire and smoke if it means I live this life. Acoustic guitar fades, one final low note.
My daddy built a house by the bend where the creek cuts low and wide. Said the water's got a longer mind than the folks who live beside. When the rain come down from the ridge and the night turns mean and cold, you can hear the creek start talking about the things it's told. Oh, there came a man at break of dusk with clay upon his shoes. Said the mountain took his brother, left him nothing he could use. Mama fed him beans and bread, never asked him why he stayed. In these hills you learn real early what's better left unsaid. The water takes a low road, the truth takes longer still. What the creek don't carry away, the mountain surely will. creek runs fast this time of the year. Said the hills don't give back much once they draw you near. The water takes a low road, it never asks your name. It holds what falls into it, and it all looks just the same. Now the banjo plays on Sunday, soft behind the prayer, but I don't bow my head no more. I just listen to the air, 'cause the creek still runs by the house, same as it always did, and it knows about the things I saw back when I was a kid. The creek keep moving, the mountains stay. The creek keep moving, low tremolo guitar, steady drum pulse like a distant engine. The road don't bend for mercy, just keeps cutting straight through burned out towns and billboards that forgot how to pray. The heat is laying low and thick like a hand upon my spine. Every mile looks just like the last, every thought falls out of time.
I've been walking where the shadows lead, where the dust don't ever settle. No map for the blackened way, just the sound of moving metal.
There's a cross without a body, sinking slowly in the sand. Someone carved a name beneath it that no one understands. The radio keeps breathing static like it knows what's coming next. Every song's a warning, every silence is a test. I've been waiting where the shadows lead, where the sun burns holes in fate. No map for the blackened way, just the road and what it takes. No questions, it just opens wide its mouth, and the stars look down like witnesses who won't testify. I see headlights in the distance, but they never draw near. Might be angels, might be nothing I should fear. If there's a God up in the sky, he's been real quiet here. Or maybe he's just riding shotgun with his eyes closed tight in fear. I keep walking where the shadows lead, till my name wears thin and fades. No map for the blackened way, no return, no promised place.
descent is like a slow pause. Crowd silence and drum. I was never made for sainthood, never learned to walk the line. Every promise I believed in, learned to ride with time. The night stayed wide and listening. The ground was hot and bare, and the river kept on breathing like it knew I'd be there. I'm only human. I carry what I can, but the river don't understand. I'm only human. I bend, I break, I stay, and the river pulls the same. There's a heat that strips you open, takes the skin right off your lies, leaves you standing with your shadow, nowhere left to hide. They say the water washes clean, said it sets you free, but the river learned my weakness and it remembered me. I'm only human. I lost my ground that night. The river never chose a side. I'm only human. No crown, no flame, and the river knows my name. Drop to drums and bass only. Forgiveness is a distance. I've been walking the wrong way. If salvation needs a witness, let the water testify. Ben returns, heavier and wider. Ben returns, heavier and wider. I'm only human. Hear me say it loud. The river don't bow. I'm only human. No end in sight. The faithless rivers rise in the night. Guitars ring into noise. Drum stop. Crowd breath. patch of ground behind the house where the sun won't ever stay. Mama said the soil went bad one year and it never learned to change. We tried tomatoes, tried our luck with seeds from town below. Everything just turned to dust or learned not how to grow. The screen door sang the same old note every time you came around. You stood real still like you were waiting for the earth to make a sound. You said the past was just a place folks go when they get lost, but you kept looking at that ground like you knew what it had cost. Nothing grows behind the house, no matter what you planned. The dirt remembers every step, every trembling hand. They said you left before the frost headed south, or maybe west. Left your coat on the kitchen chair like you planned to rest. Sheriff asked a couple things, wrote them down real neat. Never once looked past the yard or followed where you'd been. Nothing grows behind the house, the ground won't take a lie. It keeps what falls into its care and lets the rest walk by. Some nights I hear the floorboards creak like the house is clearing its throat, like it wants to say what it knows, but was never taught the notes. Now the weeds don't even bother, they just leave that place alone. Even rain avoids that dirt like it's already known. I sweep the porch each Sunday morning, same as Mama taught. I don't look back behind the house, I don't need to see what's not. Nothing grows behind the house, no prayers, no regrets, just quiet ground and borrowed air and things you don't forget. The yard stays still. The house remembers. A low guitar line, steady and patient. The house was built
too close to the creek, like I wanted to hear the dead. Every spring the water would rise and take something instead. Mama said don't trust the dark when it knows you by your name, but the creek kept calling softly every time it rained. There was a boy with a borrowed coat and a face I'd seen before. He said the road had swallowed him whole and spit him at my door. He spoke real slow like he was careful not to wake the ground. Says some things don't stay buried even when you put them down. The creek don't judge, the creek don't lie. It just remembers everything that you try to hide. By the morning he was gone like smoke, just a dent in the bed. There was mud on the floor by the back door and blood where the lilies bled. I washed my hands in the freezing sink till they started turning white, but the water ran the same color. It ran all night. The creek don't judge, the creek don't lie. It carries every secret to the other side. Some folks pray for forgiveness, some folks pray for sleep. Me, I just listen closely to the mouth of the creek. They found his coat by the sycamore where the bank gives way. Sheriff said it was an accident. That's what they always say. Now the house leans harder every year like it's trying to confess, and the creek keeps my reflection but never says the rest. The creek don't judge, the creek don't lie. It knows my face, it knows my eyes. The water moves, the house stays quiet. Low distorted guitar drone, distant organ swelling. I was raised on a dead end road where the crosses lean like drums. Mama prayed through broken teeth, Daddy spoke with his fists and lungs. I learned real quick how to stay quiet, how to keep my hands clean enough. But the dirt don't care about your reasons, and the night don't give a fuck. There's a weight in the air when the lights go out, like the earth holds its breath. Every sin I ever buried started clawing back. God wasn't watching that night when the blood met the dirt. God wasn't listening close when I did what I learned. If heaven keeps a record, they can write this one in flame. God wasn't watching that night.
hear sirens in the distance. Maybe it's just my head. Every mile marker looks like a warning. Every shadow's what I said. The mirror don't ask questions, it just shows me what I am. A man stitched up with bad decisions, trying to stand. I tried to pray it out of my bones, tried to drown it in the drain, but the past don't float away, it seems. God wasn't watching that night when the gun went cold. God wasn't counting breath when I lost control. If mercy's just a rumor, then let it stay that way. God wasn't watching that night, but he'll hear what I say. Strip the sound, bass and kick on. If redemption's real, it's got blood on its hands. If forgiveness comes cheap, I don't understand. Bring the band back in hard. God wasn't watching that night when I crossed that line, but the road remembers everything, every mile of time. If there's fire waiting for me, I'll walk in the way. God wasn't watching that night, but I won't look away. Feedback soaked guitar, organ fades, one final drum hit.